What's going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video. And we're gonna start this one right here off a little different. Um, I came across some information from certain podcasters, certain people in the field of the Caitlin Clark department, connected the dots. And everything in this video, I will have to say, is alleged, but it is alarming. But it is not fact, it is alleged. Now, with all that being said, let's head all the way up to Indy. Let's get it. Let's go. I had to put my little disclaimer up there, man. Now, your boy John Liquidator, I pay attention to several other podcasts. Somebody sent this to me, and I know that I get what the podcasters are trying to do. So I'm gonna do my due diligence to shout out each and every last one of them. One being somebody I rock with, been rocking out with, DM'd them several times. That is Live Sports Wire. The young man is phenomenal. If you guys have not subscribed to his channel, I highly recommend you guys subscribe. Another podcaster, Venom Reacts. Him and Rosalina was doing their thing during the season. I feel like he's up and coming. He's awesome. He did a brilliant breakdown, sent shockwaves throughout the genre this past Friday. I think it's called Fever Friday. Outstanding. Another podcast, Nicole Rants. Not too familiar with her, but I have heard of her. She was on a podcast. And, me being somebody that's been in the game for so long, a lot of times, a lot of people's videos get overlooked and a lot of stories get overlooked. So something that I'm going to start doing, because I'm an advocate about this, is giving more flowers to more podcasters, especially if they got some content or they did something first. I'm going to shout them out and give them their flowers, because I did not find this. The person did not come on my platform with this. Maybe he had, but we know I'm sitting at 90-some thousand. I get over 300-400 comments. I can't read everybody comment. But this right here is profound. Now, we know the Indiana Fever basketball team is owned by the Simon family. Yes, the Simon family. Herb Simon is the initial owner, right? Herb Simon owns the Pacers, and he owns the Indiana Fever. Herb Simon is. Now, right? Now, we know Caitlin Clark, when they drafted Caitlin Clark, she was the biggest name in all of sports. Coming out of Iowa, she was the hottest thing smoking. I said this yesterday, and I'll say this before. Caitlin Clark's trajectory was out of here. So, I mean, something like we never seen before. Her coming out of college, man. I've been here. I synced it. And it was just a remarkable feat just to see this young lady come from Iowa, do what she's able to do on a basketball court. We wanted to see more of that. Now, granted, Christy Size came in. Well, Christy Size was already there, I should say. Caitlin Clark came into Christy Size's system. Started off rocky, started off real rocky, started off shaky. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm painting you guys a picture of how we got here today. And I'm going to try to get through this as fast as I can, because there's a lot of information that I want to share with you guys. But she got drafted, boom, bow, Christy Size. Y'all know the Olympic break, blah, 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 blah. All that stuff happened. She got snubbed, big storyline. Now, what transpired in the second half of the season was that Christy Size came to the realization that she needed to run Caitlin's system and run through Caitlin. And guess what happened? They instantly started winning, and they made the playoffs for the first time in a mighty long time. Now, with that being said, Christy Size unfortunately was let go by the Indiana Fever organization. Now, she was paid, 100-some thousand, I believe, to not even coach this year. But make a long story short, Stephanie White came. Stephanie White came with an agenda. Stephanie White came with a plan. Now, I'm not making this a whole week of just attacking Stephanie. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be transparent and be a journalist. I feel like in our field, especially when people got big platforms, they want to keep certain things. I ain't gonna take no jabs, but they want to keep their media passes. They don't want to ask the tough questions. They don't want to do all these set things. Now, with that being said, we know that Stephanie White came with this motion offense. It took the ball out of Caitlin Clark's hands, right? And ultimately, Caitlin Clark did get hurt, but what else happened? Ticket sales went down. Viewership went down. Caitlin Clark buzz went down because that Logo 3 Caitlin, we didn't have that Logo 3 Caitlin no more. Logo 3 Caitlin was gone. Now, word on the street, this is alleged. Stephanie White got into some hot water, not just her, but she was affected by her peers, which is Amber Cox and Kelly Kristoff. Now, what I'm about to show you guys is some comments from a source. Well, I wouldn't say a source, just somebody on YouTube, went on somebody else Live Wire Sports podcast, said some things that I know to be true, and he should not know these things. The things that he was talking about, he should not know these things, which lead me to believe there might be some clarity. And this guy right here, he might be connected a little bit. So, with that being said, let's jump right into this thing. This is Herb Simon. This is Herb Simon. A lot of you guys might not know this. Let's see. Herb Simon is 90 years old. He's 90 years old. No, a lot of you guys might not have known that. But yeah, Herb Simon is 90 years old. He's filthy rich. You really think Herb Simon is running Pacers Entertainment and Pacers stuff? Or do y'all think his grandkids is running the show? Or his kids? He's 90 years old. Herb Simon is. Now, let's fast forward. Right? Let's pull this up here. So Herb Simon got 8 kids. He got 8 kids. Let's click on Stephen Howard Simon. Who is this guy? Who is Stephen Howard Simon? There you go on X, right? Stephen Howard Simon, right? Let's pull him up. Let's pull him up right here, man. So this is Stephen Howard Simon. What do we see? Stephen, happy generalist, Pacers Entertainment. Now, most of these billionaires, God, they're not going to have followers. They don't care. He's rich. He's filthy rich. But this is Stephen Simon. And from what I'm about to show you, Stephen Simon, allegedly, it's the guy that runs Pacers Entertainment, that owns the Indiana Fever. He's the real boss. He's Amber and Kelly boss. Now, I was sent this information. Now, we all know Venom Reacts did a podcast the other day, shockwaves throughout the genre. Now, in this podcast, he exposed Stephanie White and all that. Well, while he was on live, well, Live Wire Sports React and Nicole Rants did a partnership, and they kind of reviewed and reacted to Venom podcast, right? Well, in the comments, this Truth and Consequence is the name. This Truth and Consequence says, yes, Steve Smith Simon, who runs the team, not his father, Herb, who's 92, called Kelly Kristoff. Right? Now, somebody sent me this, and I'm like, damn, like, okay, where's the validity to this? So then he sent me more. He sent this. So I read the screen. Now, some of this stuff is not going to be in order, guys, but let's read this. It says, now after that meeting I just mentioned, Steve Simon called Kelly Kristoff, Amber Cox, and Stephanie White into his office and let them know, not uncertain terms, that this was CC team from here on out. Now, we just heard Stephanie White say that what's her name? Kelsey Mitchell was top priority, right? Top priority. She built it around there. But let's pull up this comment here. So this is another one here, guys, because this is not in order. Then he went on to say, now, after that meeting I just mentioned, Simon called Kelly Kristoff into the office and told him CC10. I think that's the one I just did. Let me back up out of this. Let me back up out of this here. And let me pull up another one here. Let me pull up another one. Because it's more to, and shout out to these podcasters. Let me pull up another one because it's like one more slide. Now, this is what else that was said. He stated, from what I understand and what I was told, when Stephanie White was told this, she hit the roof because she didn't like it. And Steve Simon told her, you don't have to like it, but it's that way. Now, this is, from my understanding, this is a conversation that happened at the conclusion of the season. Somewhere up in there. This is Steve Simon. This is who he's alleging said that to Stephanie White and Amber. He had a meeting. Now, this is big boy. If this is true, I'm not saying this is true. But boy, oh boy, if this is true, this is groundbreaking. This is a groundbreaking story because it lead me to believe they want CC logo threes because it's affecting their money. Affecting their money. Now, we know they ain't got a fee for damn near one. But when you're rich already, winning isn't everything. I'm a businessman. Y'all messing up the money. And one thing I like to tell y'all, we like to follow the money. And when the money get funny, it gets spooky. Guys, get down in the comment section. Let me know y'all thoughts about this. Shout out to Livewire Sports, Nicole Rents, and Venom Reacts. Great work, people. And yeah, man, powerful story if this is true. And like always, man, shake the haters off. I'm out of here. Peace out.